Hi there, it's Matt Hodkinson here, Chief Listening Officer at Influence Agents. Today I want to talk about influencers and how to connect with them. I had a really interesting conversation yesterday in which I was quizzed on how to connect with influential people once we've identified them in social media. Now, we've established that using influencers to access larger networks and targeted networks based on the topics and interests that they have is a really effective and efficient way to market a product, to market your business, or to get your personal brand out to a wider audience. But how do you make that initial contact once you've identified who the key influencer is in a new network? How do you get in touch with them? How do you hail them? How do you get their attention? Well, there are a few things you can do. First and foremost, find out what networks they are present on. Which platforms do they use? Are they solely on Twitter? Do they use LinkedIn? Are they in LinkedIn groups? Perhaps they even maintain a group. Perhaps they created one. Try to find what they are posting across social networks. So if it's on Twitter, for example, retweet them. That will get their attention. Perhaps mention them. Answer a question that they've asked in one of their tweets. Look at the hashtags they're using. And if it's a regular hashtag that they tend to use, perhaps they're part of a tribe or a group of people that converse on a specific topic. Perhaps there are some events that they've been to or that they regularly attend for which there is a hashtag associated. And what about some of the other networks as well? For blogs, leave comments on their blog, ask them questions, try to get their attention that way. In a very real way as well, if they are geographically close to you, use geolocation sites like Foursquare and Gowalla to see where they're checking in. And if it's in your vicinity, you'll get to see some of the interests that they have through the venues that they frequent. If they're into music, you'll see them checking into concert halls. There might be fans of sport, you might see them checking into a specific football stadium perhaps, so you know what team they're into as well. You can find some kind of commonality, and that's what this is about. Getting on the same page as the influencers with which you're trying to connect. And there's a bit of an analogy. You don't want to be a stalker, clearly. You don't want to give the wrong impression. Doesn't want to be a wave, a sudden wave of interest in everything they're doing. But you do want to be ever present so that they have every opportunity to see your name and get to see what you're up to. And part of that is about the retweeting, the commenting, but also putting out your own content and making sure your own house is in order so that you're creating the right content, so that when they do show an interest and when they do look at you, do a search in Google, you want to make sure that you are on page one and they can find your social profiles really easily. And also when they do visit your site and your social profiles, the content there is on message with what they do. You've got to give them a reason to buy into your cause. Those are just a few tips. I hope they've been useful. Influencers really are what social media marketing is about. If you're still thinking about trying to reach individual customers, think again. The most efficient way is to find those with the established networks and with the clout within those networks to get your message out for you. I hope that's been useful. Thanks for listening, and I'll see you next time.